Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. There are 13 Halloween movies in total. We've all got our favourites, we've all got the worst movies in our franchises, but what I want to do today is I'm going to take all the main scores of the 4 different places that I would look at for the scores. You've got Rotten Tomatoes critics, you've got Rotten Tomatoes audiences, you've got the iMDB score, and then you've got the Metacritic score as well. What I've decided to do is I've taken all 4 scores, I've added them all together, divided them by 4. It's a very simple mathematic, and I've got myself a score for every Halloween movie, and that will give us the ultimate average for each individual Halloween movie. And what I've done today is I've ranked all 13 from the worst officially to the best officially. Now, before I begin telling you the 13 movies on the list, it is all still subjective. It's your own opinion. What you say matters, to be honest. So what I say matters to me as well. Now, this list doesn't coincide with my list whatsoever, so I know that some people might get angry with this, but rest assured guys, although it is an official list of numbers, that's all it is. It's an official list of numbers that might not mean anything to you or to me. So bear that in mind before you check out this top 13. In at number 13 is Halloween Resurrection. That has a 10% Rotten Tomatoes critic score. It's got 25% audience Rotten Tomatoes score. It's got a 3.9 on IMDB, and it has a 19% Metacritic score. That gives an average of 23.25%, putting it in dead last. In at number 12 is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. That has a Rotten Tomatoes critic score of just 8%. It's got a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 37%. It's got an IMDB score of 4.7, and it's got an overall Metacritic score of 10%. So that gives it an overall average of 25.5%. In at number 11 is Halloween 5. That has a Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 11%, a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 36%. It's got an IMDB score of 4.9, and the Metacritic overall score is 28%. So that gives an overall average of 31%. And at number 10 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. That has just a 23% on Rotten Tomatoes critics. It's got 44% with the Rotten Tomatoes audience. It's got 4.8 on IMDB, and it's got a 35% overall for Metacritic score. So that gives it an average of 37.5%. And at number 9 is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. That has a Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 50%. It's got a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 28%. The IMDB score have shot right up to 5.1%, and the Metacritic score is 50%. So the overall average for this movie is 44.75%. And at number 8 is Halloween 4. That has 39% with the Rotten Tomatoes critics. It's got a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 53%. It's got an IMDB score of 5.8. The Metacritic score is 34%, which gives it an overall average of 46%. And at number 7 is Rob Zombie's Halloween. Now this is tied with number 6, but we'll get to number 6. But Rob Zombie's Halloween is 28% on Rotten Tomatoes critics. It's got a 59% score with the Rotten Tomatoes audiences. It's got a 6.0 on IMDB, and it's 47% with the Metacritic score, which gives it an average of 48.5%. And at number 6 is Halloween Ends, which has a joint score with Rob Zombie's Halloween. The reason I made this number 6 is because it's got a better Rotten Tomatoes score. The Rotten Tomatoes critic score is 40%. The Rotten Tomatoes audience score is 57%. The IMDB score is 5, and the Metacritic score is 47%. So that again gives it an average of 48.5%. Again, you can make this number 7, you can make number 7 number 6. They're both tied. And at number 5 is the original Halloween 2. That has a Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 33%. It's got a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 63%, an IMDB score of 6.5%, and a Metacritic score of just 40%. So that gives it an overall average of 50.25%. In at number 4 is Halloween Kills, and this one is bound to ruffle some feathers. This has a 39% score with Rotten Tomatoes critics. With the Rotten Tomatoes audiences, it's 66%, IMDB score of 5.5, a Metacritic score of 42%, which gives it an average of 50.5%. And at number 3 is Halloween H2O, 20 years later. The Rotten Tomatoes critics gave this 54%. Rotten Tomatoes audience score is 49%. The iMDB score is 5.8 and the Metacritic score is 52%. That gives this movie an average of 53.25%. And at number 2 is David Gordon Green's Halloween from 2018. This has a Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 79%. It's got a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 72%. It's got an IMDb score of 6.5. The Metacritics gave it 67%, so that gives it an overall average of 70.75%. And at number 1, and no surprise, is the original Halloween from 1978. That has a Rotten Tomatoes critic score of 96%, a Rotten Tomatoes audience score of 89%, IMDb score is 7.7 and the Metacritic score is 87%. So that gives it an overall average of a whopping 87.25%. So that's the official scores for all the Halloween movies. Some of them are very surprising to me. Like Halloween Kills is higher up on the list than I thought it would be. Halloween H2O, although it's my second favourite in the franchise, it's way higher up than I thought that would be as well. That's at number 3, which is good for me. These official results are from October 2023. So if you're watching this video in a couple of years' time and the things have changed, it's because this was recorded in October 2023. So this is the official stats from when I was recording this video. Anything after that can change. Just look at Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I remember that being 3.6 on iMDb when I started using iMDb. But over the years, as I got a cult following, it creeped up and up and up. And I can see that happening with some of the other movies in the franchise. I can also see some movies declining, like David Gordon Green's Halloween from 2018. It is a good film, but it nowhere near, in my opinion, doesn't deserve the score that it's got. I think it will slightly go down as the years go by, as more people appreciate different movies in the franchise. Some of the newer ones go down in quality. That just tends to happen with all the franchises. So at this moment in time, that's the official score. The original Halloween is number 1. My question to you guys is, do you agree with this official list? When I look at it myself, I'm thinking it's not that far off of what I believe is the best movies in the franchise from worst to best. It's kind of similar to how I would rank them anyway. Not exact, but it's kind of similar. But what's your opinions, guys? Do your opinions of the movies coincide and reflect with the official scores? Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon.
Meeting adjourned.
Be right back!
What are you waiting for, huh?
Coming to get you, Barbara.
Ever played Skin the Cat?
Someone's in the